Forstack, welcome to Comedy Brew. Woo! I'm so excited. We have an amazing lineup for you guys. Oh, you can do a little bit better than that. Let me hear it. Let me hear the love for the comics. All right, well, we have some amazing comics for you tonight. I'll go into that in a little bit, but I do want to bring up somebody super special tonight, somebody who does comedy. He also runs an open mic here on a Tuesday. Okay, so please show some love, clap your hands, let him hear it. I'm going to bring up Seth, just Seth.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, Seth, just like Sting and Cher, only got one name. I couldn't afford the rest. I grew up poor. In fact, I walked around the house naked till I was 5, and Mom bought me a hat so I could look out the window. But how many of you guys have had sex before? Raise your hand if you've had sex. You guys in the back, even if it's by yourself, it still counts. Just raise your hand. How many have had great sex? How many of you have had sex so amazing you were willing to sacrifice a pet? Yeah, me either. I work with this girl that not only has she had men leave their families, their houses, their 401ks, and their jobs. In fact, one guy, after the second time she slept with him, lost his job, went home, left his wife and kids, tattooed her name on his arm, moved into a hotel and called her and told her all this, and she was like, yeah, it wasn't that great. He's still making payments on that. For another 8 years at least. Her husband, after round 1, he said, oh my God, that was amazing. How do you do this again? She goes, well, the bird has to go. He's like, bird? I'll get rid of the bird, the kegerator, and the goddamn fish tank. I'm in, sign me up. And now they're married. She says, look at me when I'm talking to you. I'm like, No, I'm not making eye contact with you, voodoo lady. But, so that reminds me that, the vagina may be the most valuable commodity on earth. It's probably more valuable than gold. It's more valuable than gas under the Biden administration. And I think the prostitution needs an upgrade. I think the pay-for-play business is, old school. We need to trade it on the VagDAC. You can buy shares in it. And your shares will go up in value, like if you get a boob job or a tongue ring. And they could go down in value, like when you pack on the freshman 15 or have a baby. And the only, think about it, it's the safest investment in the world, right? The only way you could lose your money if your entire 401k is in pussy futures is if there's a huge gay surge on the cock market. And the reason I say that is because women are smarter than men. So, yeah, you just are. We hate to admit it, we don't like it, but it's just a fact. Women are smarter than men. If you don't believe me, ask a guy what you want to do for a living. He'll say cop, truck driver, fireman. Ask a woman, she'll spit out some shit like esthetician. Like, what the fuck is that? How do you even spell that? What do they do? We don't know. So they're smarter than us. They're not going to invest in the cock market unless, of course, it's on Amazon. Then they'll get you. They'll get your money. So it would take a huge gay surge for you to lose your pussy futures. But so bringing technology into it reminds me that we live in a smart home. We live in a smart world. And my wife is anti-technology. She likes to hold the pictures in her hand. She doesn't want this digital bullshit. So we live in a smart home, and she didn't go to the technology meeting, but we're in the other bullshit meetings of these houses, and she blurts out, we need USB jacks in the wall in the master bedroom. And I'm like, who the hell are you, lady? But, like, all right, she's catching on, I like it. Now we're living in the house. She's got an app on her phone. She's got a remote control, and she got a tablet built in the wall with actual photographs of the room and the equipment. And she's like calling me to change the channel. But I found out why she wanted the USB ports in the walls. You can charge your vibrator with a USB cable. No more deep batteries. No more running to TLC, Supercenter, XTC, whatever that bullshit place is. So yeah. She's all about the technology when she can charge her vibrator, but forget about changing the channel. But technology has infiltrated every aspect of sex. My son went away to college. He came home for summer break and walked in his room once, and he's sitting there on his laptop, and he got a shit-eating grin on his face. And I'm like, what are you looking at? And he flips it around, and there's like 2 naked young girls. I'm like, do you know these young ladies? That's my girlfriend. I'm like, which one? That one. Well, congratulations, you got the one with the big boobs. Way to go, son. Carry on. I shut the door. As I'm walking out of his room, it occurred to me that when I was his age, I was masturbating to the bra section of the Sears catalog. Mostly in black and white. Sometimes with a magnifying glass, hoping I could find a hint of nipple. Never did find it. But you know, these girls today, Instagram, OnlyFans, Snapchat, they're putting their shit all over the place. I had to go to the pool and hang out and hope that a titty would pop out. And if a titty did pop out, I would like capture the mental image of that titty and I'd carry it with me all day. And my friends try to talk to me like, no, shh. I'm concentrating on that titty. I'm imagining how the sunlight hit it, the whole thing. Yeah, wait till you get home, everybody goes to bed, it's nice and quiet and dark in your house. And you're like, okay, now it's time to beat my meat. Well, why do they call it beat the meat? It sounds so crude, beat your meat. Well, I figured out why they call it that. It's because you will eventually beat your meat. You'll win. It won't even come out and stand up and fight anymore. But with that said, I do know at least a half a dozen men who wish they'd gone home and beat their meat. They still have all their house, all their 401k, their fish tank, all that stuff. They'd have all of it. That is my time. Thank you guys very much. Hopefully we'll see you on a Tuesday night.
All right, keep it going for Seth. Good job. All right, excellent. You guys ready for some comedy? Come on, you can do better. All right, you guys are great. We have a really fantastic lineup for you tonight. I have 4 amazing